Welcome. I'm Sarah Egan, the Assistant Director of School and Teaching Programs at the Isabella Stewart Gardner Museum.
Hello, everyone. I'm Kate Milazzo. I'm the school programs educator at the Isabella Stewart Gardner Museum.
Hello, I'm Ramona Brown, Boston Public School teacher for the elementary area.
We want to start by saying thank you to teachers everywhere for all the work that you've done in this especially challenging year. And as we look ahead to next year, we would be honored to work with you through our Thinking Through Art program at the Isabella Stewart Gardner Museum. Thinking Through Art is a year-long professional development program for Boston Public School teachers that will reignite your passion for teaching and help you to connect meaningfully with colleagues and your students as you teach with and through visual art.
Thinking Through Art is structured as a year-long graduate level course. Any BPS teacher can learn strategies for student-centered learning and reflective practice and bring the Gardner Museum into their classrooms. Through discussions you facilitate with your students once a month, your students will develop strategies and confidence for looking at art, and they will build critical thinking skills such as evidentiary reasoning and flexible thinking. They will see the Gardner Museum as a place of belonging and inspiration.
There are four main components to Thinking Through Art: professional development, a digital visual art curriculum, class visits to the Gardner Museum, and unlimited Gardner access for students, teachers, and the families. We start with a week-long summer institute, and then teachers reconvene for 3-hour fall and spring workshops. We have written assignments that respond to readings for these workshops, as well as to reflect on the teaching that happens in the classroom. You can earn professional development points, or for an additional fee, earn 2 graduate credits upon completing the course. Back in the classroom, teachers lead Thinking Through Art lessons with the artworks that we provide. The images are developmentally appropriate and carefully sequenced into 6 lessons. Artworks span eras and genres and cultures to show all the ways that artists have told their stories throughout time, with a highlight on artists of color and female artists. We strive to offer mirrors where students' own lives are reflected, as well as windows into other people's lived experiences. We train teachers to lead these discussions using an open-ended, student-centered pedagogy called visual thinking strategies, which has been proven to increase students' critical thinking and communication skills. It aligns with best practices for trauma-informed teaching, empowering students to take academic risks within a highly structured lesson. And students also find it to be really fun.
We require 2 museum visits during the school year, and these can be in remote or in person. They're led by our highly trained museum teacher staff. You can come to the museum before open hours and have the place entirely to yourself. All fees for the museum are waived, and the Gardner Museum pays for buses. Thinking Through Art teachers, families, and students get unlimited access to the museum. Students receive a family admission pass, which covers the fees of 4 adults, and kids are always free, and teachers receive Gardner Museum memberships.
Research conducted both at the Gardner Museum with BPS students, as well as throughout other districts around the world, have shown that our approach that has a measurable outcome on students' critical thinking skills. This applies to oral language, but also transfers to writing, as well as to other subject areas. On writing samples, our students doubled their evidentiary reasoning and increased their flexible thinking, shown here through speculations and the offering of multiple possibilities. Thinking Through Art also has a measurable impact on social emotional learning. Students, many of whom haven't been to many museums before, let alone heard of the Gardner Museum, come to find that they feel a strong connection with the Gardner. It's a part of their community. Students and teachers start to see each other's strengths and bond as a community, and teachers get to connect with a network of other educators who care deeply about teaching and learning. And we're honored to have Ramona here with us today to share some of her experience in Thinking Through Art.
I thank you, Sarah. Thank you so much. Impact on my teaching. The Thinking Through Arts program was just so wonderful. I had never visited the Isabella Stewart Gardner Museum before, so I was excited to learn about it. Once I got in, I was amazed at the care that Isabella Gardner took into her exhibition and pieces. I got to hone in on my art history and art analysis skills. I got to meet a lot of wonderful teachers, and the instructors were wonderful, while also learning about the amazing BTS strategy. The impact on my students was phenomenal. The students came in with low writing skills and not very cohesive in their writing abilities, and now they have grown so much. They're able to analyze art and be thoughtful and expressing themselves. This method really draws them out, and you can see them thinking about how they're going to answer your questions. When you ask, what more can we find? They discover that there's more to see and there's more to expound upon. My students are so comfortable now discussing the art. Their perspective is getting better. They are confident in what they're sharing and respectful to one another while listening to each other as they express their ideas. I also noticed that they feed off of one another. If someone says something, then the other student starts to consider what is being shared by their peers, and they start to really have a wonderful conversation. They know that there are no wrong answers and that their thoughts and ideas are respected and valued in our classroom. What do you get when you sign up for a TAA? It's fun, first of all. Even during the pandemic, it was so much fun. We got to go to the museum at the early morning hours before the rush came in. We got to just take our time and go through the museum and look at all the different aspects, all the different things that were planned for this museum, and just learn the history about the museum. So it was really great just having this opportunity. So the pandemic offered quite a bit that we might not have probably done if we had walked in, throughout with different people and different things going on. Going into the museum, we got to see quite a bit of exhibitions, some extra different art with exhibitions that came to the museum. So we got to also to see Isabella Stewart Gardner Museum, plus some exhibitions that were brought in. So that was wonderful as well. And also, I know you heard about those credits. Yes, you can get graduate credit also when you sign up. And you also get to just grow as a teacher. You get to stretch your horizons and just learn about the art and how to teach students how to critical think. And so it's really wonderful just being a part of this program. So I would suggest that you get that application on out and just come on down. Thank you.
Thank you, Ramona. So I know what you're thinking. This is too good. I can't miss it. And we agree. You can apply now. As Ramona said, the application is live and we'll be accepting applications through July 1st. We'll be reviewing those on a rolling basis. So we'll be letting people know throughout the spring if they've been accepted into the program. And there is a $100 materials fee per teacher that we collect when people are accepted. We welcome all teachers of all subject areas and all grade levels from BPS, and we really love it when we have cohorts of teachers from the same school that participate so that they get to learn together and really bring it back to the school community. If you have any questions at all about thinking through art, you can email thinkart@isgm.org, and that's the best way to reach me and Kate. And we hope to see your applications soon. We hope that Thinking Through Art can offer all of us a fresh start for you and your students next year, setting up a year filled with learning, beauty, fun, and building community. And we can't wait to get started. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.